Have you ever woken up on a Monday morning and felt like something inside you is sleeping? You go through the motions, shower, commute, work, yet part of you feels numb, watching your life as if it's someone else's movie. You might even wonder, am I just an extra in someone else's story? Are you awake, or are you living on autopilot? This unsettling feeling, the sense that your existence is scripted and you're merely following a program, is what people online sometimes call the NPC, non-playable character phenomenon. It's a metaphor suggesting that some of us go through life unthinkingly, like background characters in a game. But you, the one watching this video, are not an NPC. Deep down, you sense it. You feel a restlessness, a quiet pain, or a spark of longing. Maybe loneliness creeps in when you notice the smiles around you feel hollow, or you cry for no reason when everything seems fine. That pain is the first stirrings of awareness, a call to wake up from the unconscious life script. Loneliness and a sense of meaninglessness can be signs that something needs to change. As the philosopher Socrates declared, the unexamined life is not worth living. In other words, a life without reflection, without questioning, feels empty, like it's half-lived. So if you've ever paused mid-routine and asked yourself, who am I really? What am I doing here? That question itself is a first step toward freedom. This video is your invitation. We're going on a journey together, a journey from the darkness of unconscious living into the light of consciousness. You'll hear emotional stories, science and philosophy, and practical steps. We'll ask hard questions and seek heartfelt answers. You might feel discomfort or sorrow, but also relief and hope. By the end, you'll know you're awake, not an NPC at all, but the hero of your own story. Are you ready to wake up? We have all heard the term NPC floating around online. It stands for non-playable character, a video game term for the background characters who walk a simple loop and say the same line over and over. Imagine a game where most people you meet act on autopilot. They don't think deeply, they just follow the program. In real life, calling someone an NPC can sound harsh, but it points to a real phenomenon. Many people do live as if scripted, rarely questioning why they do what they do. Think about your daily routine. Do you ever catch yourself brushing your teeth or driving without really thinking about it? Maybe you scroll social media or binge-watch shows the same way, hour after hour, night after night, just because it's the habit you've always had. These routines feel comfortable and safe, but in doing them mindlessly, we lose touch with choice. We become like characters running on preset commands. Have you ever realized you finished a week of your life and can't recall half of it? You did the same things every day on repeat, almost in a trance. How did that happen? This is what philosopher Soren Kierkegaard called despair of deferral, life slipping away without being fully lived. Modern thinkers warn that living on autopilot can mean missing your destiny, your dreams, your passions, your highest self. They get buried under the script. But here's the key. Simply noticing this pattern is the first step to breaking it. The very fact that you recognize life can feel empty means you're already starting to wake up. Let's look deeper. Imagine someone's story. Alex, a graphic designer. Every morning, Alex wakes tired, goes through the routine, splash face with water, kiss partner goodbye, commute on autopilot, do the creative job, come home, eat, collapse into bed. The days pass, then months, then years. In the mirror, Alex's eyes look distant. Once Alex loved painting and daydreamed about traveling, but somewhere along the way those dreams were boxed away. All that's left is a gray haze and a constant low-ache loneliness. Alex feels a creeping sadness that even friends and family don't seem to notice. He wonders, why do I feel so empty when others have happy lives? He scrolls social media and sees everyone else smiling and achieving while he just follows the code day after day. The pain grows, a sense of purposelessness, of being invisible. Some nights Alex lies awake thinking, this can't be all there is, I must be more than this. Sound familiar? Maybe not in every detail, but many of us, men and women, young and old, have felt that quietly screaming voice inside. Psychology tells us that prolonged living without meaning can lead to depression and anxiety. The famous psychiatrist Viktor Frankl wrote that humans must find meaning even in suffering, or we wither when we neglect that need, that call of our own soul. We feel lost. Loneliness and existential dread are like warning lights flashing on our dashboard. Something is wrong, but it's up to us to fix it. Ask yourself, when was the last time you actually felt alive or excited? When did you do something new instead of the same old? Who did you become this week? If these questions make you uncomfortable, that's okay. It means you're becoming aware of the story you've been living. Why do we fall into autopilot so easily? Neuroscience and psychology have studied this. Our brain is wired to save energy. Repetition, like brushing teeth or our daily route to work, becomes automatic. The basal ganglia, deep inside your brain, handle these routine actions. Researchers explain that the basal ganglia are involved in habit formation and procedural learning. In plain terms, once your brain learns a habit, it can run it in the background, freeing up conscious thought for new challenges. That's why you can drive without actively thinking of every turn, or get ready in the morning while still half asleep. This has benefits. We don't have to relearn everything from scratch each day, but the downside is that many aspects of life become unconscious if we don't pay attention. Nobel laureate Daniel Kahneman summed it up as System 1 and System 2 thinking. System 1 is fast, automatic, instinctive, it's running the autopilot. System 2 is slow, effortful, rational, the part that thinks deeply, plans, makes conscious choices. When we leave everything to System 1, we skate along without awareness. We rely on default programming. We all overtrust System 1 a bit. We let our phone alarms, to-do lists, or the TV program our focus. Neuroscience shows our minds wander almost half the time we're awake, default mode networks dreaming while the body moves. Ever done something and wondered, did I really just do that, or was I daydreaming? That's System 1 in control. Meanwhile, our deeper self and our values sit waiting for System 2's permission to act. Picture a locomotive. Autopilot is like coasting down the tracks. It's fast and requires no one at the controls, but it's also inflexible. How do you take over the engine of your life? The good news, System 2 can take the wheel. Mindfulness and awareness can switch on that conscious driver. Mindfulness, as modern psychology defines it, is sustaining meta-attentive awareness toward the contents of one's own mind in the present moment. In simpler words, it's about paying attention on purpose, in the here and now. When you do that, when you consciously notice what you feel, think, and choose right now, you start breaking the autopilot loop. Your basal ganglia still help you with skills, but your higher self guides their use. This shift is profound. Neuroscientists have even found that training attention through meditation or new learning can reshape the brain to be more present, but it starts simple. Ask yourself at least once a day, why am I doing this? How do I feel? Is this really what I want? That tiny question is the seed of freedom. One night, Alex stays late at work. Everyone else has left. He sits in the quiet hum of fluorescent lights. He notices the canvas of his hand, the blue ink of a pen, the sound of rain. Suddenly, something shifts. It's as if the silence is saying, wake up. He pulls his phone out and scrolls. He used to feel something here, and now there's only emptiness. Almost tears up. Has he been here before? He checks the mirror. The eyes staring back are not his best friend anymore. Flashback, teenage Alex doodling in notebooks, smiling in sunlight. Alex suddenly remembers colors. He remembers the thrill of choosing a palette, the smell of fresh paint. Something inside him had been silent for too long. He feels a pang of fear, what if it's too late, but also a spark of hope. He realizes in this quiet moment that he has a choice. He can stay on the conveyor belt of routine or step off. The moment crackles with possibility. Alex makes a decision, one small act of defiance. He opens a brand new canvas. Yes, he still has his old art supplies at home. On it he paints the first thing that comes to mind, a single word, alive. The next morning he awakes with heart pounding. He realizes he's alive, truly alive, for the first time in years. He decides to follow that feeling one step at a time. That tiny act, taking the brush in hand again, was Alex's first step toward breaking the spell. What small step could you take today to say, I am here, I am awake? Throughout history, wise teachers have been saying the same thing, we must wake up. Socrates, over 2,400 years ago, put it clearly, the unexamined life is not worth living. He faced death rather than silence that inner voice. Plato's famous allegory of the cave shows prisoners bound in darkness, only seeing shadows on a wall, never realizing the full spectrum of reality outside. The message is clear. If you never break free of your cave, you mistake shadows for life itself. Buddhist teachings talk about Maya, the illusion that most of life is. We create stories and desires and worries, and often believe them so deeply that we miss the simplicity of now. Eckhart Tolle calls it living in the pain body of past and future, never seeing the gift of this moment. Even in modern times, thinkers like Carl Sagan have reminded us that we are the universe aware of itself. As he put it, the cosmos is within us. We are made of star stuff, a way for the universe to know itself. These voices span philosophy, spirituality, and science. They converge on one point: consciousness is precious. Your self-awareness means you have potential to choose, to create, to awaken. One teacher wrote, awake and stop sleepwalking through your life. You were born a conscious being for a reason. They all say, see beyond the script. It won't be easy. Waking up can feel like letting go of comfort, facing fears of the unknown. But the alternative, remaining asleep, is far more painful in the long run. The darkness of unawareness crushes the spirit, whereas even a little light of awareness leads to growth. So how do we actually wake up? It starts with conscious action. Here are 7 steps you can begin today. We'll break the autopilot bit by bit. Write these down because they can change your life. 1. Notice your story awareness. Every time you act on autopilot, pause for a moment. Literally stop, take a breath, and observe. Ask yourself what just happened. What triggered this action? Journaling helps. Keep a simple diary. I did X without thinking and I felt Y. Over a week you'll see patterns. That's powerful data. Now you can choose differently. 2. Practice mindfulness. Sit quietly for even 5 minutes. Focus on your breath or the sensations in your body. When your mind wanders, gently bring it back. This trains your system too to notice the present. As John Kabat-Zinn defines it, mindfulness is bringing one's complete attention to the present experience on a moment-to-moment basis. There are apps, guided meditations, or just yourself in nature. The more present you become, the more you see the scripts that have been running. 3. Break a habit. Identify one small habit to disrupt. Take a different route to work, brush your teeth with your non-dominant hand, or skip your usual morning coffee. These jolts throw you out of autopilot. Even a minute of doing something new wakes up your senses and reminds you, I am alive and I have choices. 4. Do one thing you've been avoiding. Is there a talk you need to have? A hobby you want to try? Action dispels fear and apathy. It might be hard, but every time you choose action over comfort, you strengthen your conscious muscles. You're saying, I matter enough to act. 5. Connect authentically. NPC life often feels empty because it lacks real connection. Reach out to someone, ask a friend to really listen to you, share what you're feeling, or join a group online or local where people talk about ideas, not just weather and gossip. Genuine conversation about life's meaning can spark awakening in both you and others. 6. Learn and reflect. Read something challenging, philosophy, poetry, science that blows your mind. Ask yourself why you believe what you believe. Reflect on your values. What legacy do you want? When you expand your mind, you notice the narrowness of old patterns. 7. Self-care and boundaries. Awakening can be exhausting because you're using energy your autopilot was saving. Make sure you sleep well, eat nourishing food, move your body. These keep your mind clear. Set boundaries with people or routines that drag you into negativity. Remember, you're rewiring your life. It's a journey that needs patience. You don't have to do all of these at once. Pick 1 or 2 and build momentum. Notice if your mood lifted even a little or you felt more yourself. These steps are your choices, and taking them is how you break the old script and start writing a new one. Beware the comfort of falling back. Your old routines will try to reel you in. When things get hard, resist the urge to retreat. Keep coming back to awareness. Many people stumble on this path. If that happens, forgive yourself, remind yourself why you started, and rise again. Transformation is a process, not an instant switch. Which step will you take right after watching this? Tell us in the comments. You might inspire someone else. This path isn't just theoretical, it really happens. Think of Viktor Frankl, who found meaning even amidst horror and went on to inspire millions with his story. Or Oprah Winfrey, who rose from hardship by believing she could direct her life. A client of mine, let's call her Mia, used to dread Mondays until she started volunteering every weekend. Now she lives for the purpose that has lit up her days. Or someone like you who started meditating daily and suddenly sees their own strength. Voiceover warm, every person is unique, but the awakening journey echoes through all of these stories. They all felt a moment of enough and decided to change. And now they live differently, more fully, more joyfully, more in line with who they really are. They report feeling kinder to themselves, more connected to others, and even a sense of wonder returning. Let us zoom out for a moment. What if there's more to this awakening than just personal change? Some philosophers and scientists point to a larger canvas. The very fact you're conscious, reading these words and feeling moved is extraordinary. You're not a glitch, you are a part of the universe that can know itself. Carl Sagan said, "We are a way for the cosmos to know itself." Optional citation if needed. In a way, your awakening story is also the universe waking up to its own wonder. In biology, there's no other creature known to ask, why? What is my purpose? That means humans have a unique gift and responsibility to find meaning. Philosopher Viktor Frankl found that meaning can be found in any situation. Social scientist Yuval Noah Harari warns that technology makes us comfortable but not fulfilled. Some spiritual traditions say your consciousness survived lifetimes to shine this time. Whatever your belief, the search for meaning has been driving humanity for millennia. Perhaps part of why you were born was to wake up, to find meaning, and to share that illumination. What do you think your life's purpose is? How would it feel to live as if that purpose were already real? The journey of awakening is also a journey of discovering why you're here, and that sense of cosmic significance can fuel your steps forward. You have heard the story, the despair of going through life like a background NPC, and the powerful realization that you do have a voice and a role to play. This isn't just theory, it's your story now. The screen is blank and you hold the pen. How will you fill it? Will you continue sleepwalking, or will you step into the light, step into your own life? You feel that longing inside for a reason. Let that feeling guide you. Remember what Socrates taught us: live with awareness and courage. Keep asking yourself those questions. Keep choosing one small act of truth each day. Over time, these lead to mountains being moved. You are not alone. Every breath you take, every conscious decision you make creates ripples. Millions of people around the world are waking up too, slowly realizing they are the heroes of their own story. You can connect with them, whether through sharing in this channel's community, reading inspiring books, or just opening up a dialogue with someone you trust. Before we leave, take a moment, close your eyes and envision your most alive self. What are you doing? What does your world look like? Hold on to that image. If this video resonated with you, do something right now. Share it with a friend who needs to hear this, subscribe for more journeys of awakening, and comment below your own experiences or questions. Your voice in this conversation matters as much as you do. The more we talk about this, the easier it becomes to wake up together. May you carry this spark of awareness with you. Keep questioning, keep growing, and remember, you are not an NPC. You are alive, you are awake, and this beautiful, unpredictable life is yours to play fully. Thank you for waking up with me.